Hello my magical friends, and welcome back to another day here at the Potter Stop. My name's Alyssa, and if you're new to this channel and want to become a part of this magical community, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you can get notified on all future videos, and also follow me on all my social media so you can stay up to date with everything going on over there. Okay guys, so today we are doing something a little different. I thought I would try this out after seeing it so much on YouTube myself. So we are going to do a Harry Potter tier list for both the books and the movies, which is definitely going to be different for me for both. Definitely not going to be in the same order. I am so excited to do this. So grab your snacks and join on in. I'll see you guys there. Okay guys, so I have my laptop here, so we are going to do our tier list. So this is the tier ranking, which this is really cool. So we've got all the movies and books here at the bottom. This is gonna throw me off because I am not used to looking at the book covers like this. I still have all the first edition covers. I really haven't expanded. All I have is a second set which came out maybe a year or two ago. I forget what illustration it is, but this is one that I am not used to, but we're gonna do this anyways. So I am going to start with the films. I think we'll do the films first because they're just so different from the movie, like from the books. There's so much left out of everything, so I have to see. We're gonna rank this. Okay, so first over here we have the Prisoner of Azkaban movie. So Prisoner of Azkaban in general is my favorite in terms of the books, in terms of the films. So we're definitely going to be putting Prisoner of Azkaban in outstanding. There's a few things from that movie that I wish were different, but still overall is one of my favorites of the film. They didn't stray too far, but that is where they started straying a lot from the books, but it was still good, so we're going to keep it in outstanding. Okay, so this is Deathly Hallows. Is there Deathly Hallows 1 and 2 on here? That's what I need to find out. I don't know if both of them on here, so we're just gonna go with Deathly Hallows. So if this is Deathly Hallows in general, then I am going to put it in acceptable, just because there's still like, it's still, I don't like the ending of the films. I way prefer reading the books for this one, even though they still did good. I love the fact that they separated the two films at the end so they could get more in, and it was a lot more immersive and everything like that, but I still rather read the book than watch the movie for sure, because it's still kind of a drag. So okay, let's move on to, which one is this? Or is this Deathly Hallows Part 1? Okay, so that might have been Part 2. So Part 1 I'm definitely going to put also an acceptable. Same thing. Like, that one was more of a drag. Obviously the second one is easier to watch because it's the Battle of Hogwarts and there's so much going on and it's very emotional. So I still give that an acceptable. And then we're going to move on to the Order of the Phoenix, maybe? Now let's do Goblet of Fire first. Okay, so Goblet of Fire, I am definitely going to put in exceeds expectations. There was still a lot missing from the movies that were in the books that I think was way better, that I wish was in the films, but everything with the Triwizard Cup, having Durmstrings and bow buttons there, that was such a beautiful movie. I really love it, and I still think it does exceed expectations, so we're going to tier it there. Okay, and then we are going to move on to Chamber of Secrets. So the Chamber of Secrets I'm gonna put in outstanding also, because I think they really did a good job with that. The first two movies, they really did stay pretty close to the books. It's just details here and there that are left out. So that's why I really like the first like few movies the most, because they're definitely the most to the books. And then we're gonna go to Sorcerer's Stone. I'm also gonna put that in acceptable, I think, because I still, even though they stayed closer to the books, I still feel like, you know, it was older back then. Still, that was early 2000s, so graphics and cinematics weren't as updated yet. So really, I think it's more based on that. Obviously, if it was made now, it would probably be way more outstanding, but it still is a wonderful movie. I wish they did more with it, but they still did great, because it was your first time at Hogwarts, seeing everything unfold. It was absolutely magical, but still more immersed in the movie when you get to the second one, I think is more for me. So we're going to move on to, I'm going to do the Order of the Phoenix first, which I'm going to put as poor, because that one also, I feel like it was such a big book. There was so much filled in there, and the movie just didn't do it for me. I love the movie just because you see more of Harry and Sirius's relationship, unfortunately, RIP, but that's where like you really expect to see more. I would have loved more details in that movie. I think they could have done more. They left the whole entire Quidditch season out of that movie. That's why I think that that movie could have been expanded on a lot more, and why I'm going to put it in the poor section. And then last, we are going to do the Half-Blood Prince. So that I'm also going to put down in poor, I think, because that was another movie where I hadn't read the books in quite a few years. When I first read the books, I was only in the 3rd grade probably, so I hadn't read it for a few years. The Half-Blood Prince came out, so I had forgotten a lot, and that movie just completely confused me. I was like, what is happening? I don't really understand, because they missed a lot of the points of Voldemort and his whole upbringing and so many of the details there. I feel like it was a very confusing movie. It was very like down, and like the cinematics of it were really nice, and you know that it's coming to the battle of Lord Voldemort after that, but it's still like they could have done a lot more, because you're left with so many unanswered questions. And that's when I went back and read the whole series again, because I needed to get back all my information and really understand what was going on before any of the other movies came out. So that's where that is for me. We're gonna start with the books. So the Philosopher's Stone, I am going to put in exceeds expectations, because like I said before, that's where you're first being brought into this magical wizarding world. We're first learning about Hogwarts and all things magical in general. So this is always one that hits home for me. I always love to go back to the first book, because it brings you into that magic all over again. So we're gonna put that in exceeds expectations. Then we are gonna go, I'm trying to go in order, but they don't have these listed in order. Okay, so Chamber of Secrets, I am going to put that in acceptable. I really do love the book. It really is great. It's still another stepping stone. So many things happen. Obviously, it's the Chamber of Secrets, the whole chamber opening. You're learning about Tom Riddle, but it's still not my favorite book to read. I do love the later books more, just because this was still like a stepping stone. They're still in that awkward phase. We still don't know much about Lord Voldemort and all those things. So I definitely wasn't immersed more until The Prisoner of Azkaban, which we're going to move on to next. And that I am going to put in the outstanding tier, because I love The Prisoner of Azkaban. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it, but I love it. It's my favorite. We see Sirius for the first time, and Sirius is one of my favorite characters. I love learning about the magical creatures, everything with Buckbeak, and the book is just so much more detailed. I love reading The Prisoner of Azkaban. I actually just got finished rereading it a few weeks ago. I'm on the Goblet of Fire now, but I just absolutely love it. And then moving to the Goblet of Fire, speaking of, I'm also going to put that one in outstanding because that book is just amazing. Like I said, they left a lot out of the movies. Honestly, if they were going to get everything for that one, they probably also would have needed to split it into two, just like they did with the Deathly Hallows. But I absolutely love that book. If you haven't read the books, spoiler alert, it's just the whole thing with the Triwizard Cup and the tournament. You get so much more going on, especially at the end with the whole maze. You have they missed out on the Sphinx, all the riddles. There's just so much that's going on. There's so many details that they like changed up with the schools, like the fact that Boba is an all-girls school, but it really isn't. There's just so much going on, and you miss a lot of that in the movie. So the book is absolutely outstanding. I love the Goblet of Fire also. For the Order of the Phoenix, I am going to put that one in Exceed Expectations, because that is still another huge book where you get so many details. You see so much more of Harry and Sirius's relationship, which I love so much. You get a lot of Tonks in there, which I am so upset she's not in the movies more. So that one is another great read. It's a little harder for me to get through than other books in the series, but it's still so much going on there that you just can't miss, that it's such a great read. And so I really love that. It definitely exceeds expectations. And then we are going to go to the Half-Blood Prince, which that I am going to put as outstanding. It's definitely not my favorite of the series, but I really love this book because you get so much understanding of everything between Voldemort and Harry, Voldemort himself, where he came from, what led him to becoming so powerful, and all the things he did. So that, I feel like, is a very big point in the series, is to read that book. I feel like you get a lot of information there that you really can't miss if you want to understand the bigger picture of the whole Harry Potter story in general. So that's why it's definitely one of the most outstanding books in the series. And then we have the Deathly Hallows, which I just can't. It gets me every time. I am definitely going to say that exceeds expectations. There's so much heartbreak in that book. I probably cried through almost the whole book when I first read that. It was just too much. Like, every chapter you're losing someone. I don't even know. But it's definitely very, very great read. Like I said, it's always slow in the beginning between the movie and the book, but it still was a wonderful outcome, everything that goes on, and I really just love the details. And it's the ending of our story, and it's brought together in such a beautiful way. I love the way the books end compared to the movies, for sure. So that's why it definitely exceeds expectations compared to the film. But this is it, guys. This is my tier list. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are. Do you agree with me? What is your tier list for the movies and films yourself? I would love to engage and hear your thoughts about it. I absolutely love doing this, but now it's time for something way more exciting. It's time for our giveaway winner announcement. Okay, everyone, so we have our giveaway winner announcement. Reminder, the giveaway was this beautiful notebook from LitJoy. We have our keyring holder of Hogwarts and this so adorable Sorting Hat headband. So I am so excited to finally announce, after a random selection, our winner is Jules. Congratulations, Jules. Make sure you send me your address either through email, or you can also DM me on Instagram. All the links are down below. But I am so excited. I am so excited to finally announce the giveaway winner. I hope you enjoy, Jules. Congratulations again. Okay, everyone, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I solemnly swear I'll be seeing you in the next video.